Hello everybody, we're going to carry on with Running on the Roof of the World by Jess Butterworth, and we're up to Chapter 6, Secrets. "It's me," whispers a voice. "Sam." I look to Dad. Relief flashes across his face. "Get in here, quick," says Dad, holding the door ajar. "What are you thinking, breaking the curfew like that? Did anyone see you?" Sam shakes his head, sliding his shoes off. I realise I'm still wearing mine and slip them off too. "You shouldn't have risked coming here," says Dad, his voice rising. "We talked about it, remember?" "Shh," says Mum, ushering everyone from the door. "Does your dad know you're here, Sam?" asks Mum. "He's asleep," Sam shrugs. "He won't notice I'm gone." "And the soldiers?" asks Dad. "I've been watching the patrols go past all evening. I know where the breaks are." Sam looks up at my parents. "I'm sorry, I just wanted to know if there were any news." "Are the soldiers still outside the monastery?" I ask. Sam nods. "Do you think the soldiers will surround the village too?" he asked Dad. "They must believe the monastery is involved with the man on fire. Why else would they be there?" "You're probably right," says Dad. Sam puffs up, proud that Dad agrees with him, and I'm instantly jealous. Ever since Sam and I discovered that Dad was in the secret resistance, we've tried to prove that we should be allowed to join. Recently, it's as if Sam's been getting more things right than me. I think of how Dad gave me the money to look after and relax. "I'll make us some tea," Mum offers. Dad tilts his head towards the kitchen. "Come and give me a hand, Tash," says Mum. "Not now, I mourn." My mind swarms with questions. "Tash," says Mum, using her stern voice, so I know there's no arguing with her. "I'll just be a second," I say to Sam. I form a fist with my right hand and stick out my little finger and thumb, mimicking an eagle soaring with it. It's our secret signal, our promise that we'll always tell each other everything. I cross our living space into the kitchen area. "Here," I say, placing the butter churner next to Mum. "Not so fast," she says as I turn to go. I let the butter slide off the spoon and drop into the water while she stirs. Dad ushers Sam to the window, their voices lower. I strain my ears, but the cups clink and clank and the butter tea boils. I can't hear what they're saying. Mum stirs it slowly. "I'll do it," I say, taking it from her and blending the mixture up quickly. "Promise me you won't break the curfew like Sam," says Mum. "We're lucky to be here, you know. Stay quiet and remember the rules." Mum said it to me 1,000,000 times before, and there's something in her voice that makes me listen. "I promise," I say. When it's ready, I carry the steaming tea to Dad and Sam. "Thanks," says Sam, taking his cup. We sit in silence, huddled by the stove, sipping the warm broth and praying for the man on fire until Dad insists on guiding Sam back to his house. "See you tomorrow," says Sam. I glare at him. I want to be the one sneaking around with Dad. Chapter 7, Soldiers. The next day at school, they call an assembly. Our headmaster stands up and declares, "There will be no talk of the incident. Anyone found discussing it will be punished." That's it. No mention of a man on fire. Nothing about the soldiers flooding into our village. Everyone is acting as if it never happened. Sam catches up to me as we file silently out of the hall in our separate lines to the concrete grounds. "The soldiers are still outside the monastery," he whispers. "I know," I say. "It was the first thing I checked when I woke up." "Back in line," yells the teacher. "What did Dad say to you last night?" I ask. Lamo taps me. "Stop talking, you'll get us all punished." I ignore her. "What did he say?" "Nothing," says Sam. He takes my hand and squeezes it before returning back to his line. Dad's already home when I get back from school. He's never usually there before me. He paces in front of his desk with his fingers pressed against his forehead. Spread over the table is a pile of green papers. They're instructions telling Dad exactly what he needs to write in the town newspaper. The authorities deliver them every week. What's happened? I asked. Is it the man on fire? There's no news of him, says Mum. Then what's wrong? I ask. Mum and Dad glance at each other. I got the information I was waiting for today, Dad says. Something I need to pass on. But that sounds good, I say. The village is under lockdown. No one and nothing is getting in and out without proper papers. I'll never get the message past the police. Mum lays her arm around his shoulders. Where does the message have to go, I ask. To the mountains, says Dad. Can you get someone to sneak out? They'd get caught, replies Mum, getting up to stoke the fire. There are spies everywhere. It's too risky. I nod, confused by it all. I know what would cheer us up, says Mum. Come and help me, Teshila. She heaves a trunk from under her bed. I grab a corner and help lift it into the kitchen. It thumps down. I trace the carved wood with my fingers. This is in honour of the man on fire, Mum says, unlatching the top. I picture him running down the street and feel my body turn numb. Dust escapes, making me sneeze. It fills the air around the candles, shimmering. She reaches in and cups a picture in her palm, a small portrait of the Dalai Lama. I remember the first time I saw the photograph of the smiling, round-faced man. He didn't look like a world leader to me. By then I was used to guns and uniforms and hard stares. This is a different kind of power, Mum says, handing me the picture. One that stems from love, not hate. I took the photo into my pocket, feeling its thick paper. She pulls out a dress. She's shown them to me before, her traditional clothes, her chubas. You can put it on, she says. I slip the heavy material over my head. It hangs all the way to my feet. Mum fastens the sash around my waist. Dad smiles at us. I spin round and round, butterflies gathering in my stomach. Last week, a whole family got taken away for wearing their chubas. Mum takes my hair, divides it into sections and braids it around my head. She sings a song about snow lions. The notes spiral through the rooms. I join in, my voice rising in volume as we reach the chorus. We are the people of the mountains. The mountain air runs through our veins. Dad adds an alto harmony. We can breathe where others can't. Mountain warriors of peace. Mum stops singing. Not too loud, you two, she says, digging through the trunk. She lifts out a prayer bowl. Lights outside cast shadows on the wall. I hear a clunk as a door is closed. Dad peers out of the window. What is it? Asks Mum. I can make out the silhouettes of army trucks in front of Mrs. Dolmer's house. Soldiers fling her doors open and lights flood the darkness. They pour inside, ducking under the low wooden door. Chapter 8. Run. Why are they here? It's the Wu Jing, Dad says. They're searching the village. Why, I ask. What have we done? They'll be looking for reasons to arrest people. Dad clenches his fist. They need someone to blame. I think of the illegal resistance leaflets hidden under the yak dung, the Dalai Lama's photograph in my pocket, the prayer bowl on the floor. Our house is full of reasons. I should have seen this coming, says Dad. I expected it last night, but not today. Mum digs out the leaflets and stuffs them into the fire. The paper curls. Ashes blow about the room. Dad throws a yak hide backpack onto the floor and chucks the prayer bowl in it. He comes back from the bedroom with an armful of papers and shoves them into the fire. I stand there swaying, unsure of what to do. Watch the window, says Dad. Where are they now? Asks Mum. I peek outside. 2 houses away. Mum drags the trunk back into the bedroom. Take off the chubba, she says. stopping to untie the sash. Do you remember the way to the vulture tree? I nod, pulling my arms out of the dress. Go there and wait for us. Why can't you come, I ask. Dad stops in front of the window. They're at Rin's, he says. My heart races. That must mean we're next. Dad rifles through a leaflet before sliding it into my backpack. He fastens the top and threads my arms through the straps. When you get out, you run, he says. Don't let anyone see you. There's a thump on the door. Metal hits the wood. I try to think what the Dalai Lama would do, but I have no thoughts, only blood pumping through my body. Mum steers me towards the back window. She unbolts the shutters and pushes the glass. Cold air rushes inside. Mum strokes my hair. Remember the vulture tree? I'll meet you there. Keep the bag safe, says Dad. It's important. I glance back and forth, unable to process what's happening. I know you can do it, Dad says, kissing my forehead. You have the luck of the dragons. And the bravery of the snow lion, whispers Mum. There's a bang. The house shudders. Dad jumps in front of me and Mum, making a wall between us and the door. Go, he whispers. Another bang. The wood cracks. Mum hoists me up. Come with me, I say, squeezing my shoulders through the window. The splinters snag my skirt. I can't, Mum says. Now run. She pushes my feet and I tumble down the other side. Chapter 9. Skirt. I crouch so that my eyes are above the windowsill. I hear a view of the kitchen and living space and Dad's by the front door. Where's Mum? I scan the kitchen past the table, the cupboards, the fireplace. She's not there. I look through to the bedroom. There's a flash of red skirt caught in the cupboard door. She's hiding. Your skirt, I whisper, praying that she realises it's trapped in the door. Dad! Mum's skirt, I wave at him. He motions for me to get away. The front door flies open, banging against the walls. 6 soldiers storm into the room. It's Spaniel, Wild-Faced Dagger, and 3 others I don't recognise in their olive-covered uniforms. They're woojing. Guns hang from their belts and they grab Dad's arms. The commander stands in front of him. I duck down. Where are the papers? He spits. I don't know what you're talking about. Dad's voice wavers. There's a thump. Where are the leaflets? The commander asks again. Silence. Search the place, yells the commander. Yes, sir, reply the police. In my hands is everything that they're looking for. I should run, hide the bag, bury the photographs. I can't leave Mum. I hear the clanging of objects being knocked over, the slides of drawers opening and the smash of things breaking. Search the other rooms, says the commander. No, I whisper. Footsteps head further away. I peek over the windowsill. The soldiers tear through to the bedroom, closer to the cupboard and Mum's red skirt. I told you there's nothing here, says Dad. Spaniel grabs Dad's hair, forcing his arms behind his back. My stomach crunches. I dig my nails into the windowsill. I catch glimpses of Dad's face. I need to see his eyes, calm, steady and all-knowing. But as I meet his gaze, they're wild and bloodshot. I know that everything's gone wrong. Go, he mouths at me. The commander whips his head around, following Dad's line of sight. At the window, he cries. Get her! And we're going to leave it there till next time, till it'll be chapter 10. See you next time.